Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night here. We are back again with another viewer battle, and today's battle is versus Oscarbolt. Now, Oscar and I, we have been doing some Regulation G battles anytime that I've been doing any kind of a viewer battle stream, and we've actually swapped up our team here to being something a little bit different than what we would normally use. We are going to come in here with our Hearthflame Ogerpon and, of course, our Single Strike Urshifu. Meanwhile, he's got his Cantonian Zapdos out there and his Black Kyurem. Now, Terra Volt has been activated, as that is the ability onto the Black Kyurem. And as you can see, we're kind of pondering what the best choice of moves is here for our Ogerpon. There's a couple of things on the opposing side that could potentially take out our Ogerpon here, so I was thinking perhaps maybe a Terrestrialization to Fire and then going for the Ivy Cudgel. However, we actually backed out and went into our Urshifu to go for the Terrestrialization, and it looks like I went for the Sucker Punch here. So here we go, we're going to go in for the Terrestrialization to a pure Dark type, and hopefully we'll actually be able to get some damage off onto the opposing side. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the Single Strike Urshifu is the better of the Urshifus, personally. I'm not really a big fan of that whole Surging Strikes or that Rapid Strike Urshifu. Just something about it, it's so common, you see it everywhere, and not really my big fave. So we actually managed to get a decent Ivy Cudgel off onto the Zapdos there, being able to pick up that KO. I'm actually surprised because usually Cantonian Zapdoses are usually pretty bulky. But here we go with the Wicked Blow. Sorry about that, it was not a Sucker Punch, it was the Wicked Blow. Did get a little bit of a boost there from our Terrestrialization, which is pretty cool. However, the Black Kyurem actually ended up going for the Breaking Swipe, which actually hits two Pokemon at once, and drops the attack stat of both of the opposing Pokemon. Next Pokemon coming in here is going to be a Terrakion. Now, obviously, this is a bad type matchup here for my Urshifu, seeing as how I'm a pure Dark type Pokemon here at this time. We do have a couple of options here. I could technically go for the Grassy Glide, however, I don't know how much damage that's going to be able to pull off onto the Terrakion. And then, of course, we actually ended up going in for the Spiky Shield because I feel like I'm going to get hit by something big. Next thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to go in and lock into the Wicked Blow. We want to get another decent hit off onto that Black Kyurem, but Oscarbolt actually sees right through my plan and swaps out. However, he goes into Iron Crown. I'm pretty sure Iron Crown is a Psychic-type Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken. Terrakion, of course, is going in for the Rock Slide. That's going to be able to hit the two Pokemon at once here, and does end up picking up the KO off onto the Urshifu. So unfortunately for me, I actually lose our Single Strike here, but that's okay. We've actually got two more Pokemon that we can actually bring into this battle. Now, when I take a look at Iron Crown, I see Cobalion 9 out of 10 times. I don't even usually register the fact that this is an Iron Crown. It's something to do with these paradoxes. These paradoxes just completely play mind games with me. Sometimes I see them and I'm like, oh, you know, it's Terrakion or it's Cobalion. Nah, man, that's actually, you know, Iron Crown or Iron Boulder or whatever, you know, and it's like, oh my gosh. So anyways, we actually ended up bringing in our Groudon here. We're actually going to go in for the, I believe it's Ivy Cudgel here. We're going to lock into the Iron Crown, and then of course we're going to go in for the Blades into the opposing side. We want to be able to hit up two Pokemon at once, and then if we don't actually take out any Iron Crown, we wanted to be able to finish it off any way that we could. So luckily for us, we actually finished it off in one hit. I believe it's because it's also a Steel type as well. We get the Retaliation with the Rock Slide here. That's actually going to pick up the KO off onto the Ogerpon. And then, of course, I still have one more Pokemon remaining on my team. Here we go with the Blades. That actually picked up a KO off onto the Terrakion. I'm actually really surprised, just because usually Terrakions are really bulky. So we do still have the Fluttermane here onto the team, so we're going to lock into that. We're going to bring it out. It does have the Protosynthesis, if I'm not mistaken. So that actually boosts up one main stat, whichever your highest one is, of course, in Sun. Now, we did have the Booster Energy, so realistically, we didn't actually lose anything here for our item. Now, Black Kyurem comes back in here. We're going to lock in for our moves. Basically, the only thing that I can probably do here is go for the Blades and the Dazzling Gleam. And of course, Dazzling Gleam picks up the KO off onto that Kyurem due to being a pure Dragon type. So that's actually ×2. But you know what, Oscarbolt, this was a great battle. Thank you very much for the match. And GG, guys. Catch you guys next time.